All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk uh, about a video that was released that's back from 2022 that they just, or 2020, I think, that they just released of a ship or something, black mass or whatever in the sky. Now, I'm going to give my opinion on what I'm seeing, right? Because I don't think it's a ship. So let me post in chat. I think it's something demonic that they're doing. Paste that thing. All right, let's watch this video, a little bit of it, see what's going on.
By to break it all down, but first, here's a little bit of a closer look. This is a freeze frame. This is with some boosted contrast of what appears to be.
Now, see, what I'm seeing here, my opinion, uh, this is not a ship. And the reason I'm saying it's not a ship is because it is not perfectly circumference around. And from what I can see is it's almost pumping out like a ring of fire around it. So let's watch a little bit more of this.
Be a disc-shaped object captured back in 2020, possibly somewhere over Afghanistan, Pakistan, the border there. Roll the video here. Jeremy says that this was filmed by some sort of asset, DOD asset, and forward-looking infrared shot from above looking down, and was, according to Corbell, the U.S. Air Force describing this object as possibly navigating through the clouds. There's no heat signature that you can see here. Nothing you would expect for a normal aircraft as it dips its way through. We're told the Pentagon logged it as a UAP, but so far it has not appeared on.
Yeah, I don't think that's a ship. It is the clouds that move, that are moving. It's standing still. The only thing I'm worried about is the it has a halo around it, right? I don't know. It could possibly be some kind of a porthole these idiots on this earth opened up, maybe. It could be alien, possibly. It could be the devil, possibly. It could be God. You know, we don't know. We'd have to ask God if that's demonic or what it is. Just like today when I did my live video and the words appeared on the roof on the other side of the apartment complex over there. I don't know, man. It could be something demonic. And the only reason I say that is because it's not perfectly circle. And what we're seeing is what we don't see in these other videos is this aura around it, right? Pretty crazy. Let's watch a little bit more.
The Aero public list, that office tracking this stuff, whose official response to our request for comment was, quote, "We have nothing to offer." So Jeremy Corbell is the host of the podcast Weaponized. He joins us on set. Jeremy, good to see you. Welcome back.
Good to see you, man.
All right, so getting into this, navigating through the clouds, like I hate to even bring this up, but that sounds a lot like Jordan Peele wrote it in Nope, right? That's what we saw a little bit in Nope. What's going on here? What are we looking at?
Yeah, so for a couple years of investigating this footage, called it a disc. I'm not even calling it a disc, but what you're seeing is first shape. I have never seen in all UFO history, when it comes out of military, an actual circular form. It was amazing to me. The second is the movement. When you see it make an abrupt turn from your left to your right when you're watching it. And the third thing that really was astonishing to me, this is in thermal. There is no heat signature of traditional propulsion. It is a perfect looking disc. Maybe it's an orb. I don't know, but I do know this. Our Air Force passively captured it. Then they said that this is a UAP. It is still designated a UAP. So when George and I obtain and release these, so the public can see, we're hoping to do a little bit of the job that we're not seeing with folks from Aero.
Now, it does say AI enhanced. There, it looks like there's some artifacting around it. What is the actual video, and what is possible artifacts from trying to boost the contracts and see what's going on here?
So we did an analysis of the video, but what I did was make sure to put out the original things that George and Nat and I obtained. So you see it clearly says video 1, video 2, video 3. Our own government, because they've been studying this in the intelligence community since 2020, they did a sort of rudimentary, I would say.
Wait a minute. Let's back up there. That could have been a planet that somehow got out of orbit or something, and was passing in between the sun and the earth. And the backside of it was dark, right? Because it was a shadow. And that would have been casting upon the earth. So, wow, was that a small planet or something, maybe? What do we got out there that's supposed to be orbiting? Oh, wow, one of the planets. That might have been what that was, possibly. I don't know, because it is moving across almost like a shadow would be, or if it was in orbit going around. So that would explain the ring of fire. Maybe it was just a capture of something like an eclipse or something, and we might have caught a shadow of a planet or something. Wow, that's weird. All right, let's continue listening to this.
Kind of highlighting or enhancement of it, and that's why you see like a white ring around it.
It's 2020 enhancement. This is like pre-ChatGPT, pre-AI revolution.
So what we almost looks like was we went in there just so people could see it better. We make it very clear, AI enhanced, because it changes the shape. It's a perfect sphere or a perfect circle, depending on angle of observation when you watch it. So what we did was heighten contrast. And we also made sure that you could see as it goes into the clouds. We punched in. So the military videos are the ones that are black and white. The ones that we tried to enhance so people could just see a little bit better of shape and movement is kind of more blue.
And it's
an exposure of something. They have the camera set on exposure, and what it is a shadow or something from the sun. That's what it looks like, because there it appears right there, it looks like, and it's white. And then it turns black. Very interesting. Let's see, let me put it. See, here it is right here. I can see it. And then there's also something up here in the corner that's black. And then you got something over here that's shiny, right? Shiny over here. So let's continue to keep watching this.
Circular, and this is looking down at Earth, so you're looking at the clouds. Like, is there a chance that this is just a balloon?
Right. So if you look at the movement and you look at wind, and this is why we put it out to the detectives online, but our military...
I never thought of that, a weather balloon. Well, that's possible. But the thing that's flipping me out is it's burnt. It looks like it's burning, like it has an aura around it or something. I mean, that's what's freaky about it.
Military doesn't think so. Our military called it a disc. Our intelligence community has been at this since 2020. Now, look, when assets like this get out to journalists like me and George, we're not experts at this, but we know and can report that our military calls this UAP, like every piece of footage we've put out. It's fascinating, man. And I think this rides on a much bigger and more important topic, which is that there are whistleblowers, and there are 3 who have confirmed to me, firsthand whistleblowers, that they will testify under oath publicly at Congress. Congress needs to respond to this video. It is time for them to respond to this, because I have people that are willing to testify at the next congressional hearing on UAP.
Yeah, whether people like it or not, I mean, you have become the conduit for so many of these videos here. The military, to us, the DOD is like, we have nothing to offer on this, and yet we don't see it on the Arrow website. What part of this would be?
Wow, that is... It had to be above the clouds, because some of them real dark clouds came through and it blocked it. So it was definitely above the clouds. Now it had a ring around it, so it's almost like maybe it was the moon or something, or this was an eclipse, and they put it out as, oh my God, it was, or it was a planet or something, maybe out of orbit. They don't tell us everything, folks. You should know that. If there was a planet out of orbit, something happened out in space, would they really let us know? I don't know. If it didn't really, there was no chance of the world being at harm or anything, they might not even mention it. But it could be numerous things. Some people say, well, it was a porthole. No, it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me if that's what they're doing. Alien, well, it probably wouldn't shock me either. I don't think it's alien, though. For one, in some of them photos or videos, it's not a perfect spare. It's messed up. But then he said, well, they put it through AI, and it's a perfect spare. Well, yeah, well, is that AI? Taking the image, and it does look like it's a round spare, but this thing looks like it's moving around. I don't know, orb? I don't know, maybe some kind of a energy or something, a black hole. Maybe a black hole came through. That would explain a lot of stuff too. Trying to rip our gravity apart, or our world. No, it's possible. Maybe there was a black hole out there. Maybe it's slaying. Maybe it shot a planet out of it. Right? Maybe a planet. Maybe it got close to a planet, and that planet somehow got released of its gravity of the black holes. It's out there in a different orbit or something. Yo, Debbie, black hole came through where? Black hole came through. Debbie, through the outer space. I feel this thing choking me, trying to choke me, mess up my throat. Debbie, what do you think? Spaceship? I don't know. He says there's no heat detection, no infrared, but you can see an aura around it. So that's got to be some kind of an energy that it's giving off. Debbie said yes, spaceship. All right, let's continue.
be classified? Like, why wouldn't
something that looks similar but is not similar? Why don't you just put it out to the American public? I'm actually asking them to do so. They should do so, just like all the videos that George Knapp and I obtained and released. And when they do put stuff out, a lot of times what they do is they just take what was already publicly available, like the Tic Tac UAP. And you might remember I released the Tic Tac UAP from 2023. This is ongoing, man. And I'll tell you one last thing about this. This is the tip of the iceberg, what you're seeing here. George Knapp and I are committed to reporting on our best evidence, and you're seeing a part of that now.
I do believe.
No, that means that you got more. That means that there's other stuff. I know you well enough to.
I hope that the world gets to see more, better, diverse footage. I am not in absolute control of how the world receives things, but as a journalist, I am going to fight to get as much out as humanly possible.
Got it. And real quick, what's the update on Capitol Hill? Like, sometimes it seems like there's.
This is what I think happened. They opened a porthole. This thing came through. It sucked the brains out of Debbie Fox, replaced it with Boston cream, like they put in the donuts, and then they put her head in the refrigerator so it didn't go bad. And that's exactly what I think. Ever since then, she's been a Krispy Kremer. Low probability of a black coming through space. Black hole, Debbie. Do you know what a black hole is? It could be a small black hole that came through. That would explain some of our weather and everything going on all crazy and people seeing stuff. Black hole will cause stuff like that. Depending on how big it is. For all we know, it shot out. Maybe we got sucked into a black hole and we came out the other end. Some kind of a wormhole, another dimension, another place, another time. Wait a minute. I think I lost my head on the third dimension. It's not probable. You know what's not probable? Is you thinking that you know something more about me. It's probable that you think that, but in reality, it's not. It would take 5,000 years to get here. Not a black hole. We had one that's real close to it. It was all over the news. Black hole. Well, actually, I think NASA said something about it. I don't know. It could have been something way out in space that exploded and they threw a planet out of orbit and it came in between us, and that's possible. Well, you're more ridiculous than me. That you do. You do win over that. You beat me there. Or it could be just a shadow that was cast on to the sea, and the light reflection cast it back up into the sky and caused a shadow. Now, we have seen that in eclipses where it caused I think it's an eclipse. I think they got a black and white photo of an eclipse or an exposed photo or video. They took the video and exposed it, right? So you're seeing just black and white. And what it is just the eclipse. That's why you're seeing the ring of fire around it. And uh, and they said it's a spaceship, but it ain't. It's not a spaceship. Let me see what Debbie's saying. Just like believing in wormholes, that's where I think you came from. A wormhole. I think you would love for my worm to be somewhere in your home, but not tonight. I have a headache. I have a headache. Yeah, come on. You know that was funny. Woman. So, I really didn't want to have to say this, but it's very well possible that's what it is, a negative or something, or exposed thing. And, there's money in this, right? There's money in stories like this. So if they can fake it, can we agree on that, Debbie? Wait a minute. I think she lost her head in the sixth dimension. Oh, wait a minute. Now I have that song going through my head. Miss Debbie Fox says no black holes are close enough to harm us. Oh my God. That's me banging my head up against the microphone, my forehead. Woman, there is a black hole close enough to us. And I've seen it, and NASA's been telling people about it, and we're keeping an eye on it. All right? We're keeping an eye on it. And you ain't got to be real close to a black hole for it to affect your gravity. And I got to do that right. Hold on a minute. That's me pounding my head up against this microphone. Let me see what she said. Wait a minute. She's gonna try and do something. Hold on. If you fell in one of, or if you fell in one, it would turn you to spaghetti. I am reading this off of NASA. You are a fact checker. Yeah, I'd stretch you out like a piece of taffy. I'm under attack, Debbie. I'm letting all the spirit ladies out there know across the world that I'm under attack. In Jesus' name, after Jesus showed me the sign uh, today, the God Almighty, King of Kings, displayed it on the roof next door in the other apartment complex of who and what is causing this madness. Let me see what my chat said. You're always under attack. Exactly. Now you're knowing. That's why I must go into the fifth dimension. Wait a minute. I think I'm gonna have to go to sixth dimension. All right, so there you go. I don't know if there's any more on this. Let's see if there's any more left of this video. I can pretty much tell you that's what it is because I can see the light up from the sun here. Right? I can see the light from the sun here. So something is flying around out here, and it's casting a shadow. That's why we see it's black on one side. But I think it's light. The sun is lighting it up.
UFOs are real, and they show us something. They
There.
demonstrated technology that we cannot replicate.
And
Even
these
Arrow has
photos,
to admit that. So the American
it's
public wants to
moving.
know, are we going to have hearings? And I'll tell you this, man, I have constant talks on a weekly basis with everybody organizing, including David Grush, who still works in government as a whistleblower now. He got a job working with UAP Task Force, or whatever they're calling it now. There will be more hearings. If they have courage, there will be more hearings. And I have 3 firsthand witnesses that they can put up to testify.
We're looking forward to witnesses. We're looking forward to more evidence. Jeremy Corbell, so good to see you.
Fascinating topic, isn't it?
Yeah, always a
Important
fascinating topic. Thanks.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on
That's
breaking news.
pretty incredible, though, right? But kind of freaky, but incredible. Well, we'll find out, Debbie. That happened in 2020. It's 2025. Let's calculate the orbit. We might be seeing it in 4 years. In 4 years, it might be back around if it's what I'm thinking it is. A planet that's been out of orbit that we missed, which has gotten too close to our Earth and which would cause gravitational pull, high tides, low tides, hurricanes, stuff like that. But then again, it could be a mothership alien, which is casting a shadow onto the Earth and therefore causing the hurricanes and the earthquakes and all the madness. So Debbie might be right. It very well could be a ship. Alien source, probably. Not sure. I can tell you this much. I'm going to be very upset if an alien knocks on my door and asks for a frozen hot dog. I will be upset about that. Let me see what Debbie's saying. No, that's not big enough to be a planet. Oh, it's big enough. There's planets out there the size of our moon, and our moon's not that big. That's what I think it might have been also, is the moon. It might have been an eclipse, and that's why we're seeing it in black and white. And the guy is saying that this is heat censored footage, but it ain't. If it was infrared, would show that, not this white, black and white. So could be a scam. Miss Fox, would you like to concur with that? Would you like to concur with my theory? Doesn't matter what it is, we know we're all alone, or we're not alone. I don't know. We don't know that. For all we know, this whole alien thing was created from witches and warlocks. Yeah. That's what I was afraid of. Do you want to concur with that, Miss Fox? I got you. That's what I got. Well, another case solved by Johnny Kramer. It could be goblins and creatures, Debbie. Possibly. Right? Could be the devil projecting all this. The devil and his witches. And spirit talkers or whatever. Who knows? Don't forget skinwalkers, Debbie. Don't forget skinwalkers and Bigfoot, Debbie. My gosh, she's getting old. She's forgetting these things. Skinwalkers, and don't forget Chupacabra. Chupacabra and Mothman, Debbie. She's, excuse her, she did fall asleep today. She just woke up a little while ago. She's been very stressed out from her reporting today out in the field. And don't forget the Loch Ness Monster either. You're upset because it's aliens, and you're scared, and you have every right to be scared. You have every right. Skinwalkers, that you, Chupacabra, Mothman. It's why I have nightmares. You're a monster all day, every day, 24/7. I know you are. I know, but that's why we've been monitoring you and watching you, little lady. You're like a little Tasmanian devil. You're just like a little Tasmanian devil. You might be rare. Not too many left. You did say you were a Mancasta woman from the dark ages of I'm not sure, was it Ireland or Scotland? I don't know. You're a very rare woman. I remember you telling me that from overseas. Sucks, makes me get headaches. I probably have ulcers now. Now, I told you this science stuff, this hunting monsters and witches and demons and casting out and fighting and all this stuff is not for the weak-hearted. Now you see it's not that easy, is it? In Jesus' name, amen. It's making her sick. You could do something else. Yes, I probably could make us a cup of tea or something. That's what you need is to DIY something. Squirrels. Nah, I think I'll focus on the genre and then of course you failed your mission. I don't know who's paying you now. Is it Pandy Andy and his Sissy Andes? Is it Ernie Shell and the Broccoli Tuna Clan? Is it Candace Wells and Don Wells, the Wells Cockles? I don't watch those idiots. No, you're hooked on. But I'm going to put you in my program and we're going to get you straightened out. God bless America. Debbie, I think you're right though. It's probably some kind of a shit. I burned my brain cells out on the side of your YouTube. On the side of YouTube. You burned out your. My God, she burned out her brain cells from YouTube. I hope you're. I hope YouTube is happy. They pop off your eyeballs. My God, she is some kind of alien problem. Can you like detach your legs at the hips? That would be nice. All Ernie does is eat all day, every day. Nah, Ernie can eat all he wants. He's just making up for the 30 years that he didn't eat. He was on drugs. How does he afford to eat out every day, 3 times a day? All the women he has, Debbie. It's a cult, Debbie. How many times I gotta tell you? They fund his madness. They feed him. They feed him all the boats and hoes. He's not obese, Debbie. And I gotta do a video. My war with Mr. Ernie Shell is over with. I cannot do it no more. I'm ending this whole thing. It's all over. You hear that, Mr. Shell? I know you're listening. I know you're listening right now. The war's over with. You've suffered enough. Almost as much as I did my whole life. So kudos to you. You're free. Now, I don't know what kind of job you can get in the government because all the 23 branches are looking for you. But kudos that you stayed alive this long. There's a good chance there might be some work for you in the new Stallone movie. Maybe. I didn't say he was. He doesn't listen to us. He does, Debbie. His whole channel is my content. You know, Debbie, he knows some of the guys in the Delphi case. You did know that, right? Oh, little grasshopper, there's so much I need to show you. So much you need to learn. Well, I'll let the mothers of the women know. Go get checked out. Oh, Ernie Shell got grump to grump. Swamp bud. He's got swamp ass. Let everyone know. He'll be alright. Just a bad case of the swamp ass. He's transporter, but he's not like the one on TV. He's just transports crap. Nah, he's many things. Purple Heart. Ooh, you see that light? You see that thing crawling? I don't think it was crawling, it was flying. Wow, that was incredible. I got chills that multiply. She doesn't have a shower in that van. Can you imagine how it smells? Nah, you open the windows. I'm sure he washes, jumps in the creek, stops at a restroom and washes up. I just found out I'm related to him, so I gotta save his life now. Look at Debbie. You're not related, Dad. We're all related, Debbie. Somewhere down. All right. I was determining whether I should do a. I'm not going to. I was going to do a fire, but not tonight. All right. All glory goes to God once again. Amen. Uh, now the Lord sent us a sign of what was going on and some of this stuff. Either it was a ring or a I think the thing I watched the video, it changed and went from ring or a biker ring or something like that on the roof. So it was actually the Lord giving a sign, maybe or something. I don't. That's what I'm thinking in Jesus' name, Amen. But well, I'm done. If you're related to Ernie, you are related to Ernie, not me. I did the family tree. Your last name is Debbie Fox Dopselinger, who was fifth cousins of the Kronks, who they were related to the Shells, who therefore were traced back to the bad side of the Manson family. Now you sleep tight, little Debbie. Joking. Just joking. It's called entertainment. Improvising, Debbie. You have a good night. God bless. You folks get some sleep. It's late, 12:30, and I'll talk to you later. I will be back if there's any emergency or I'm letting everyone know I am under attack by this thing or whatever it is again today, or these people. I might have to stay away from everybody. I think I'm going to start listening to these people, and I have to stay away from everybody. I gotta heal. I gotta get my energy back. I am taking back my energy. I'm declaring my energy and my uh, health. I'm taking it all back and declaring my energy back from these energy suckers. And that's what they've been doing. They've been feeding off of me, and I'm declaring it back. Now, folks, they did make a big giant uh, fentanyl pill bust today, and that fentanyl pills were on their way to Illinois to some, I don't know, it was some people they busted or something. Some lady, uh, Regina something, and someone Diaz, John Diaz or something like that. Regina Smith or something like that, or Regina someone. And a whole bunch of people down in Florida, right? A whole bunch of people. That's crazy. Over 14.5 million people could have died if that stuff would have got on the streets. They're saying that's horrible. All right. God bless you all. Have a great night. My last name is Fox, not Dox. I think it was Dox. Uh, Cindy, Cindy Dox, something like that. Capaleo or something, or Tupelo. Yeah, Debbie Fox Tupelo, uh, better known as AKA Scratch My Nut Psychologist, um, which I always found to be a great name. That was a great name. But all right, Debbie, you guys have a great night. God bless you all. I'm going to get off this thing. Uh, I know a lot of you are suffering from suck on my caucus and dinosaur land or whatever. Who knows? Have a great night. God bless. And I'm taking my power back and my energy and everything, and my control, and no one has control over me anymore or any power. Taking all my energy back. God bless. And no longer will Debbie Fox control my every move and bowel movement. I'm taking my power back. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen.